Hello and welcome to another Beehiiv growth tutorial. In this video, we're going to cover how to add inline social share icons to your Beehiiv publication. Now, a little bit of background. You may have seen in some newsletters, like we'll cover in a second, newsletters that share previews or summaries of an article and then ask the reader to click to read more. And sometimes they actually have little icons that allow users to share the summary or the article in full on social media, on platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, via email, or Twitter. This can be really useful for allowing users to spread your content, to share easily across social media and thereby find new readers. Generally, it's a good practice to implement. So what we're going to do is we have some HTML that we've created that allows Beehiiv users to drop in these social share buttons. We're working on an automated solution for this, so look out for an update in the future where we can do this natively from within the editor. But until then, this solution will work just fine. So getting into it, I want to show you some examples of where newsletters might use some of these articles or snippets or summaries to drive traffic to articles that are hosted elsewhere. I have three of them ready to go. The first is one from a publication called Payload Space or Payload. They have, this article, and then they have a button to read or share online. We also have one from a kind of a famous newsletter called G0, or the company is called G0, the newsletter is called Signal. This is a kind of geopolitics, international relations newsletter. This is not hosted on Beehiiv, but you can see that they have these social share icons. And this one is also not hosted on Beehiiv, but big fan of the design. And this one actually does not use the social share icons, but this could be a good opportunity to include them. So for today's video, we've actually recreated this newsletter's aesthetic, and we'll be going through how they could add these social share icons within Beehiiv. So jumping over to the Beehiiv account, the first step is to, obviously go into your posts. You can select a new item. This way we have this kind of pre-made sample. And then the other thing you're going to need to do, and we'll add this link to the video, but you're going to pull up the blog post on how to add inline social share buttons where we include this code. So it's going to show you exactly where that code is going to go, and we also have it included here. So I'm just going to grab this real quick, copy and paste it, and I'm going to go back to my editor. I've created here a custom HTML widget. You can do that by clicking the plus button and selecting HTML snippet. If you don't have this option, reach out to support@beehiiv.com, and we'll turn that on for you. It's an opt-in feature currently. So I have one of those right here, and all I'm going to do is Control V, and I'm going to paste that in there. So from here, we can see that from the preview that those are now showing up nicely. They've got them right here. The only problem is you may be able to see in this bottom left corner, the URL still says URL here. So this is not actually going to go anywhere. If we click this, this won't actually work. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go find the article. We could actually just right click and say copy link address, although nope, that works. So what we can do now is, now that we have that URL, we're just going to go where it says URL here, and we're going to paste. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And once we get out of there, we can go back to, give it a second to update. We'll go back to the preview. Now we can see that that URL is now populating with the link that we just selected. If we click this, if we click this, this is a preview, so it won't work quite right. But if we go here and maybe right click this, copy link address, go over here in a new window. This is going to show that that link will now share the post that we want it to. So from there, this is all good to go. This could be sent as is. The next step would be to add these social share icons to any of the other articles or links that they want to include. In this case, they're quite short, so maybe they wouldn't actually include them here. Something like payload space would be a great candidate to include these. You could see how they could very nicely kind of fit either centered or on the side right there. If you have any questions about how to edit the orientation of where these are going to show up, whether it's like left, right, or center, leave a comment in the YouTube video, and I can let you know what to edit. Otherwise, if you know your way around HTML, you should be able to find that pretty easily. But it is possible to edit the code so that they show up either centered, left, or right like we have here. I hope this was useful. We look forward to seeing what you build with this, and let us know if you have any thoughts or feedback. Thanks so much. Have a great day.